VidGamesFTW.
Welcome back. We're gonna figure out if that thing, happens.
Whatever, I don't care.
We were just reminiscing on some other vid games moments. I'm gonna make a new compilation soon, so I was telling him about all the things I was gonna put into this particular compilation, and I hope it's really great.
It's probably gonna make me wheeze if I watch it, like usual.
We've had some funny moments on the show. Can't wait till all this fucking shit from this year's over so we can bring the guys back.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because we have to get back to so many playthroughs.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Reignited, Undertale, whatever I was doing with Wes, I don't remember if we had a playthrough going. There's a lot. Even us, we have to get back to Paper Mario and
yeah, we're almost
Ninja.
done with it.
We're getting to the end. We're almost there. Look at these floppy fucks. Which just did a little.
I just imitated them with my arm. And just how wiggly they're.
These poor little Ankies. Look at these guys.
There was that box that was behind that.
That's fine. I don't care. I like calling them Ankies because that's the name of the Ankylosaurus in Warpath Jurassic Park.
I want to see a remaster of that game.
I would love to see. I'd love to see like a new fighting game of that style.
Kind of like a sequel or something.
Of sorts, or just some kind of spiritual successor.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't know, Warpath Jurassic Park is a Jurassic Park fighting game on the PS1. Oh jeez, where
yeah, it's one of those weird ones, but like,
fuck. I started to lean, but I was too late.
Yeah.
Are you sure we cannot see? If we see them, they'll be coming up soon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
they're like later.
It's in this level. I'm telling you. But it's a PS1 fighting game. It's super good. It's really fun. I don't have too many like nostalgic memories with Jurassic Park, so I never really watched. I watched the first movie, and that's like about it.
I don't even.
And even then, I only watched it like maybe once or twice.
I think I've seen bits of Jurassic Park, like the original, but I don't think I've ever like sat down and watched it. I remember Mom watched it before. Like watched it.
She's got like all of them, I think. I think she even has Jurassic World or whatever the new ones are.
World.
Boom! Pyro!
I don't care. Like, let's just
fucking told you.
Let's just move forward, okay?
I just wanted to lay that to rest. Also,
yeah,
the flashback tape was right there.
Yeah, whatever. You know, I bet people are probably gonna chastise me, like, for being like, "You've never seen Jurassic Park?"
Or me, because I was the first one to say it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I've never, like I said, I never sat down and watched it, so, like, I don't think I ever got chastised for it from my friends, but
there are a lot, and there's, who was that, Lolo, or whatever?
Yeah.
People would be surprised. Oh, okay.
And you fucked up.
What's the checkpoint? People would be surprised, on how many of the so-called classics I haven't seen. Like Terminator, or Lord of the Rings, or, even like certain little horror things like The Shining or something. I don't know, that's probably one people watch a lot. Seeing it's October. Very topical. You and Grandma just watched The Boy recently.
Yeah, it was
and then you guys...
I would have rather watched, like, Saw or something besides that.
I was all like, I'm gonna watch this fucking movie, and then eventually I watched the movie. In, like, the middle, but I was like...
because you wanted to see the doll move.
I wanted to see that little fucking doll move, and it didn't, and I was like, this is stupid, and then... and basically, it's just...
I remember what he said. He just like, why doesn't he do that? What was it? This is fucking stupid. He said it like that. It was fucking funny.
Oh,
it made me laugh.
I didn't want to. I wanted to see him move, and then all of a sudden, at the end, a mirror bursts in their face, and then the actual kid emerges, and he's like a 20-year-old man.
They pulled a fucking
with a
Friday
beard.
13. They pulled a Jason Voorhees, and they were like, "Oh, this is actually like the child or whatever the fuck."
This is that kid, but he's not dead. He's just like a 20-something-year-old with a beard and a porcelain doll mask.
Yeah, it's just.
And he's British, and he fucking dies, quote unquote. Oh, it's basically Friday the 13th.
Yeah, and they made a sequel.
It's so
to it,
stupid. Oh my god, that movie's so dumb.
I think even if you watched it from the beginning, you would have been. Like,
there's no reason for me to now.
I mean, yeah.
And you said the only part that he actually the doll moves is in a dream sequence or whatever.
Yeah, it's.
I guess.
Again, like it's.
Which that doesn't sound fun if it actually moved. That would have been a little bit more interesting, I suppose. No, what I said was that movie would have been a lot more interesting if they just cut all that backstory bullshit, the ex-husband bullshit out of it, and just made it a movie with almost no context of a woman in this big-ass house taking care of this porcelain doll as if it were a real child, because the doll itself does look kind of not even creepy. It looks off-putting because they try to make the doll look as much like a real boy as possible. Like the hair looks like actual fucking human hair and shit.
Yeah, because they're supposed to base it off the boy that's actually in the movie.
I mean, yeah, but you take all that crap out and make it about a woman who's just doing shit with a doll as if it was a real child, and don't give it any real implications. Make the implications all come from your imagination on what you think is happening and why it's happening, and leave it more like unknown.
More like a psychological thing.
Yeah, it would be a psychological horror movie.
Actually, I think it would have worked better.
That would have been a lot more interesting.
Given the context of, like, the movie.
Because you know how they say that people fear what they don't understand. And not even so much as fear, but that can make something creepy and unsettling as well. More so than a fucking jump scare, or than, you know, oh no, the killer's on the other side of the wall and it's going to break through. That's barely horror now. That's barely horror. That's barely horror nowadays, and it barely works as horror because it's been done to death so many times.
Yeah.
That, even if I was interested in horror movies, which I'm not really, I still wouldn't have as much fun watching them. Nice. I still wouldn't have as much fun watching them because it's too tropey. No pun intended to this movie or this game. And tropey. Anyway, well, it's got too many tropes. They've got too many tropes in them. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah. Because if you watch The Boy, you pick out every kind of horror trope that there is.
It's the same shit of, okay, woman goes into big house, has to live there for a while. Supernatural thing happens. Jump over that. No. Use the platform. Bouncy platform. Oh. Hit him again. And then over it. There you go. Okay. That's more easier than just avoiding Mr. McFloppy over there.
Shit. I didn't even see that guy there.
Yeah. Woman enters house. A supernatural thing is going on in there. Has to scared of it and wants to leave at first. Warms up to it later. Some other couple characters intervene, potentially get killed or at least get like very hurt, I suppose. And then twist happens at the end, and it's not so supernatural, but it's still supposed to be kind of creepy. It's like, ugh. It's weird. I don't know.
Holy shit!
Y'all can stick to your The Boys and such. I'll watch Monster House. Same sort of elements, kind of, but it's more enjoyable. It's a kids movie. I don't care. I like animated cartoon things. Why do you think we're playing this video game?
Oh my god. Okay.
The weird horror shit that I watch is like creepy videos on YouTube.
I don't know why I did that.
Why'd you do that?
I got my buttons mixed up, actually. So
very rarely will that happen to me, but it still kind of happens.
It's also weird because, like, sometimes other buttons do, like, similar actions and whatnot, so I get those kind of.
Well, like, again, mainly for, like, Dingo Dial, both square and circle or spin.
I know, but, like squares do this, but also R2 is to shoot as well.
That's for modern people. The modern gamers.
The modern gamers.
I mean, because R2 is also used for the masks. It's triangle or R2. I believe. Yeah.
R2, yeah, because
and then
that's usually what I do.
And then because the mask powers are mapped by default to triangle, for the first time in a Crash game of this stature, of like, you know, classic Crash inspired, triangle does not bring up the HUD. That's L2. But you can remap the buttons. You can remap the control scheme to your liking in this game, which is also a Crash first, and for as far as platformers go. And you can remap. You can swap those buttons around. So triangle can be your HUD, and L2 can be the mask. But that's really weird, and that comes across you should have gotten that mask. And that comes to another point I want to bring up real quick with me and Aaron, where she uses R1 as Crash to slide and to crouch, and that's very bizarre.
And R1 here for Cortex is doing the boost
because that's circle. So
So weird.
so that secondary
Well, yeah.
that secondary circle ability for Crash and Coco, that would be to crouch and slide. That's mapped to also to R1 because that's how it was in the old games. In the OG Crash 2 and 3, R1 was also to slide and crouch. But I'm not comfortable with that. That feels very bizarre and foreign.
Aw, damn it.
Because I use circle.
Mm-hmm.
And they primarily tell you to use circle if they're going to ever bring up a tutorial like an Insane. When they give you that little key so you see where what buttons do what. They say circle. I don't think they say circle / R1. Or if they do, I'd never really noticed it. Because all I know is that circle is to crouch.
Yeah.
But she's not used to the way I do it, and I'm not used to the way she does it. It's like very strange. Because I tried it one time, and it was just so weird.
I've accidentally pressed R1 whenever I played like Crash or Coco, and like.
And you'll just go, and you go, ah!
Well, I've always found it weird that that was also crouch. Okay.
So just single him, and then double the other guy. No, single him.
Okay, good.
Because I tried that too. I thought I could just bounce over all of them, and like, you don't get the... You can't line up the shot for the next guy. That's a trailer thing too, from the announcement trailer.
Second thought, no volcano lair. I can feel my nostril hairs sizzling.
That's weird.
It's nasty. Yeah, fuck these little dudes. Fuck
Oh,
these
shit.
guys. Little green plants.
Living here, how floppy.
They look
those
so
fucking
derpy.
plants are. Oh, yeah.
Nearing the end, here's some big mushrooms for you. Actually, these big mushrooms remind me of the ones in Titans. There's one level, as you're trying to get to Uka Uka's tree, where you jump on these gigantic mushroom platforms.
Oh, I think I know which one.
It's where the Battler is, I believe. It's pretty cool.
Mushrooms that big since I left the Gigantizotron running overnight.
What are these names, Cortex? You're an evil scientist. You probably have a PhD or a degree in some bullshit. You can name your devices and electronics and inventions better than that. You're about as credible as Doofenshmirtz and his innators.
Yeah, right.
Do you have any interest in watching that new movie, by the way?
Eh.
I mean, right now it's
Oh fuck!
cool.
I did not even. I
Right
was
now,
trying to get those.
right now it's on like Disney Plus and all that crap,
Yeah.
which we don't have because I mean it's a subscription service, and I don't.
And it's Disney. So,
Not even that. It's just the fact that it's a Disney subscription service. Just the fact that everyone's doing that nowadays. That's the hotness. I don't really care for that. Do you want a Hulu account and a Netflix account and an Amazon Prime account and Disney Plus as well? Maybe also, and maybe Crackle, or that's Crackle's, I think, outdated. Like Crunchyroll or whatever. Those subscribe to all of them.
It's funny because
That's like
mom was like
$100 a month.
It's funny because mom was like, "Should I get a Hulu account?" And I was
She
like,
keeps saying that. I go, just do it, and she doesn't do it.
I know.
It's like, do you really want to do it? Do you want to pay more for that?
Yeah.
There you go. You made it to the very end.
I was actually gonna experiment if I could just like speed boost myself into that.
Oh, he's gonna do a funny thing. That was pretty funny. I don't have that. I don't think I have that skin for Kogo. I really want it.
This was the one.
Yeah.
This was the loops, huh? Yeah, there it is.
They need to fix that. What makes it? Hold on. It's like the last few frames weren't rendered through the animation.
You can kind of see
or
in his eyes
something.
of like when like that animation ends and begins. Because if you
Well,
look,
it almost
there,
loops. I'm saying there's a few frames like missing.
Yeah, there's something. Yeah, something like that. Because then you look at this one. Right
This
here,
one's
and
fine.
It's smooth.
Something happened when
But then
putting
with
that
this
animation,
one-
when doing this animation for the game.
I'm not even sure if anyone else has that too, like Tana. Or
I don't think
Finger or
so.
something. I don't think so.
It was just noticeable for Cortex for some reason.
Yeah, but it's whatever.
Till next time. People nitpick more about this game. The first few episodes were like, oh my god! And now it's like, we already know everything.
Yeah.
And we've noticed all the little weird things like that, too.
I know. I find that funny, though.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh my god, this is so cool.
I mean,
We've seen everything at this point.
but again, don't get us wrong. The game is so fucking good. I love this game.
It's like,
But I always like to just nitpick little tiny things. And it's not nitpicking for complaining. It's nitpicking because it's funny to point it out. So, that's that.
There we go.